Today I'm here to ask a question. How do we embrace the grace of change? Do we see change as God's grace to us? So maybe it's two questions I'm here to ask us. But I'm guessing if you're watching this today, you have probably experienced a lot of change in the last year, like most of us have. As Christians, we believe that God is holy, infallible, and unchanging, or immutable. About a year and a half ago, I read Jen Wilkins' book, None Like Him, and she taught about God being immutable. Around that same time, I remember a conversation at our small group, and my friend Jamie talked about God being immutable. Prior to then, I really hadn't spent any time thinking about or reflecting on God's immutability. But since that time, it's brought me so much comfort in seasons of unprecedented change. In a blog post for the Gospel Coalition, Jen Wilkins writes, "The sadness or frustration we feel about changes to something we thought was unchanging often reveals our tendency to ascribe what's true only of God to people, possessions, or circumstances that aren't Him, to expect earthly places to be heavenly. I tell myself that my love of routine and my aversion to change are a longing for a God who does not change, but if I'm honest, they're just plain idolatry. In truth, I'm telling temporary changing things, I need you to be God. Please, just stay the same." How often do you and I rail against forces in our life that bring change because it makes us uncomfortable? When we do that, what does it reveal about who we believe God is and who we believe we are? Does that resistance to change reveal that we believe we are immutable? In the last 7 years of my life, I've experienced more change than what I think is probably typical. My family and I have relocated a number of times, not military related. My expectations for my life have been completely upended, and I've made some pretty significant cultural shifts. And honestly, I'm still in a season of unexpected change. But in all of that, I am comforted by the truth that God hasn't changed or moved. And I'm learning that change is His gift to us, a tool to reveal His immutability. God's immutability allows us to humbly own our failures, to courageously confront our idols, and to confidently move through seasons of change, knowing that God hasn't moved and isn't changing. I've observed that it's rarely in seasons of comfort and stability that God draws us towards Himself. If you are also feeling the discomfort of change, I'd invite you to meditate on God's immutability. Here are some verses that might get you started. Hebrews 13:8. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Malachi 3:6. For I, the Lord, do not change. Therefore you, O children of Jacob, are not consumed. Isaiah 40:28. Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. Thanks for being here with me today. I hope that you're encouraged as you think more about God and His immutability.